Sea of Sorrow is almost here, so I thought I should make a video about it, which is what I am doing, specifically about my predictions for it. These are only predictions, so it isn't 100% going to be in the DLC. Let's begin. To start, I think we should talk about when Sea of Sorrow will release. Personally, I believe Sea of Sorrow will release sometime during the summer holidays, since that's when most of the fanbase will be free from places like school, college, and work. It'll probably be released late July or sometime during August. Let's get onto the leaked and teased areas and items. Apparently, an area has been found in the game files called Farloom Bay. It probably leads to the Sea of Sorrow, since Farloom Bay was shown in the Silksong trailer, with a sea-like background and an NPC looking like a seashell of sorts. It's very likely Farloom Bay will be next to Bilewater or Putrefied Ducks, since the three of them have a lot of water. It is extremely likely a new crest will be added, since Sea of Sorrow is planned to be a pretty large area. Proof of this is that Shellwood is a large area, and it has the Witch Crest, and the Underworks is another large area, and it has the Architect Crest. Team Cherry hasn't leaked much of Sea of Sorrow, so it's probably a big DLC. Anyways, on to the bosses. Considering Silksong has 44 bosses and 4 mini-bosses, Sea of Sorrow will probably have a few bosses and 1 mini-boss. The mini-boss will probably have a gauntlet leading up to it at the entrance to Farloom Bay or Sea of Sorrow. For one of the bosses, I think one of them would be similar to Savage Beastfly, but slower, where they would charge at you as their main attack. Before we continue, please like and subscribe if you are enjoying, since it helps the channel grow and spreads my content further. Let's move on to enemies that might be added. I know this enemy wouldn't be exclusive to the Sea of Sorrow, but flea mimics would be cool. I think an enemy that pulls you into water while damaging you would be a great idea, but can be escaped by clicking a button or key to escape. A passive enemy could be a fish with low HPH, where it just flies around and can be pogoed on. There's got to be a persistent threat, so a cool idea would be a fish gang who can be found in several parts of Sea of Sorrow and can be fought as a boss later on. It is very likely a new silk skill and a few new items would be added, so what could be added? To start, the silk skill could be where Hornet uses her silk to reel in enemies. It would be great for aggressive players who want to deal as much damage as possible. To keep things balanced, it wouldn't deal too much damage since it would already allow the player to shred a boss's health bar in seconds. Onto the items, I think a fishing rod item where you can use it at Farloom Bay to fish for shell shards, rosaries, and rosary strings would be a great way to be able to get stuff without needing to farm at a high rosary spot. Similar to the cogflies, a red tool could be a fish or two that fight and protect the player, which would be a great item that would have to be hard to get. Lastly, what act will Sea of Sorrow be unlocked? I personally think in Act 2, because Act 1 is too early and Act 3 is too late game. To be more specific, I think it'll be unlocked after beating the Cogwork Dancers, since it feels like a reasonable time in a player's playthrough to open a few new areas. That's all my predictions. If you have any predictions of your own, feel free to comment them. If a new crest or silk skill does get added, I won't edit the crest or silk skill video, but will instead make a YouTube Shorts video about it. If you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe. Anyways, have a good rest of your day and goodbye.